"1899" is arriving on Netflix very soon, and we have a brand new trailer for the series, one that makes Odar and Jantje Friese's show look like it's going to be just as good and as mind-bending as Dark was. The new trailer shows us more surrounding the Prometheus ship incident and what might be causing all of the chaos for this new set of characters. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the trailer for 1899 alongside discussing my general thoughts and theories towards what we could see in the upcoming Netflix show. The trailer will be linked in the description below if you want to check it out yourself. But before I get into it, if you want to see more videos on 1899 when it releases on Netflix, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like rating, subscribing to the channel, turning on your notifications, and following me on social media via the links in the description. But without further ado, let's dive into my trailer breakdown and theories for 1899. So 1899 is a new Netflix series that will interest fans of the time-bending German drama Dark, with the show being a multilingual narrative that is set on a migrant steamship named the Cerberus, travelling from London to New York with a range of European travellers on board. As usual, creators Jantje Friese and Baran Odar are making something unique, this time with all the actors speaking in their native tongues, and while they may have trouble communicating, they do have one thing in common, and that is that their visions of the promised land of America will turn into a horrifying nightmare. Friese and Odar previously stated that what really made them connect to the idea for this show was the question of what unites and divides us, and how fear can be a trigger for the latter. Of course, the passengers are united by their hopes for the new century and dreams of a better life abroad, yet with all the secrets involved, they are desperate to keep hidden and avoid coming in contact with other major problems. They also encounter another migrant ship that has been missing for months, adrift in the open sea, and it's known that what they will find on board will change their lives forever. With a web of secrets beginning to unravel, the new trailer really hones in on a lot of the early mystery, and it gives us a lot more to chew on in the build-up to the release. So let's go through the footage and discuss what we might be seeing. The trailer begins with a message coming to the Cerberus from the mysterious and abandoned Prometheus ship, and the captain Eek Larsen, played by Dark's Andrea Peachman, takes them off course in the hope of saving the lost ship. He has a meeting with the upper-class passengers in the dining room to discuss the event and what should be done about the incoming message. They debate whether they should change course to see what can be done to help the ship that had been presumed sunken, or whether they should ignore it and continue on their journey to the promised land. Maura Franklin, who was a big character focus in the previous trailers, once again looks at that newspaper with a headline reading that the Prometheus has been missing for 4 months, indicating that this show will play with time, even if it's just for a few instances. The trailer then shows their journey to the Prometheus in the dark ocean, with red flares being shot into the sky, a small boat moving out towards the wreckage, and then once on the ship, we get the images of abandoned bunks and empty environments. They find out that the boat had sunk and resurfaced without a single person now on board. But this is where the more mysterious events start taking place, with the ship's scouting team finding black crystals, and then we get footage of unknown devices and connections to the triangular symbol that begins to create some kind of hold on the Cerberus passengers. Starting with those black crystals, there was a great bit of insight from a user on the 1899 Reddit page, as they state that these crystals may have a connection to parallel universes. The user said that they appear to be growing rapidly out of the ship's wall, being one of the supernatural occurrences in this show that should be of importance to the plot. They say that judging by the colour and texture of the crystals, they appear to be black tourmaline, also known as Skoll in German. Apparently, if true, this belongs to the class of the ditrigonal pyramidal crystals, and it could relate to the symmetry and polarity of parallel universes, alternate realities, or additional dimensions. They say that the polarity would function as the connecting line between one universe, dimension, reality, and the other. And of course, if we relate that to the later images of a ship sailing straight into a whirlpool, this could be the wormhole equivalent of this show that allows for them to travel to an alternate dimension or reality. The whirlpool itself looks breathtaking in the trailer, really showing off what the volume stage technology that they used on this show can do, and again, it highlights that the main mysteries are still being kept a secret. So that's why I currently think we might be looking at some type of parallel dimension connecting the crystals, the whirlpool, and then also the triangular symbols. When it comes to those symbols, we do see different versions displayed as some sort of code or on buttons that point either up or down. Maybe this relates to the multiple reality theory, and each of the symbols can be used to translate data or reflect the realities they might go to. The symbols reflect somewhat of a symmetry operation, which is any reflection, rotation, or inversion of a geometric shape that results in a shape that is identical to the original. So alongside passengers struggling to understand different passengers from different backgrounds, they'll also struggle to establish the meaning of these symbols. There is this theory about the different versions of the Bermuda Triangle and how it could link to the different elements. For instance, the upside down triangle with a line through the bottom is the alchemic symbol for earth, whereas if you remove the line, it's the symbol for water. And alongside this, the normal triangle equals fire, which could be a reference to hell. We have the lower deck migrants praying, cult-like gatherings, and even a shot of fire spreading amongst a room full of drawings, with them all being slightly different sketches. So I think there's definitely this idea of something either multiplied or varied, whether that be to do with the multiple realities or something else. And what we do know is that it will likely all be connected and create issues for those on board the Kerberos, somewhat delaying their journey to America. This trailer does put a big emphasis on the Prometheus and the questions surrounding what is really going on, and we do learn some more about it, with one character saying that the same thing that happened on the Prometheus is now happening on the Kerberos. We see passengers drop to the ground, and it looks like the same things that happened on the Prometheus will be spreading amongst those on the Kerberos. This has me believing that maybe what happened on the Prometheus was in the past or the future, and we're going to get some reveals as it spreads to passengers on the Kerberos, alongside that idea of multiple realities. But what propels this interesting idea into chaos is that we also get several clues towards a darker conspiracy behind the ship. A man takes a small black pyramid out of his bag, and several passengers of different backgrounds are shown with that black triangle tattoo from before. Amongst the cult-like gatherings and armed revolts, one crew member hints at the horrors below depths, saying, "We all wear masks while we try to hide who we are." And from the other trailers and footage we've seen, we know that a group of characters are literally running from their past traumas and sins, and this idea that some of them may be frozen or replaced, like with say Mora's child, only adds to the secrets and weirdness involved. The name Prometheus actually comes from the god in Greek mythology who stole fire from the other gods and gave it to humanity. The name has since resembled the inherent good and evil, or essentially the humanness that none of us can escape from. So whatever is going on here, it looks like we're going to be getting a story surrounding passengers that must work together to escape a psychological and supernatural fate. And the conspiracy and repeating incidents create connections that will likely reveal more to what is really going on. While that's really all we can take from the focus on the Prometheus and the footage we saw, there is another thing that I wanted to bring up surrounding the song choice in this recent trailer. The use of Jimi Hendrix along the watchtower on one side works well with all the thrilling aspects we've seen in the footage, but it also could have a meaning that connects to the characters on display. This particular song can relate to a cultural change over time because Hendrix's track focuses on two people who are considered considered outsiders by society in The Joker and the Thief. In the song, the Joker gets agitated by the status quo and the thief asks him to stop complaining because great changes to the structure are approaching. So this song could be referencing the overthrow of an established order, and I think if you connect that to what we're seeing, it may be a reference to the migrant passengers who've gone through a lot in the past, stepping up to change the current one. We do see a man who looks to be a part of the revolt, and while we're not sure who he is, it does look like we're going to get passengers going after others following coming in contact with the Prometheus. Not to mention that this show is set in 1899, which is just before the start of a new century, and that again could link into this idea of an established order being replaced by a new one. We'll have to see, and I must say that the creators and Netflix are doing a great job of keeping all the mystery under wraps, while still getting us really excited and intrigued just through the imagery on display. This trailer really focused on the discovery of the Prometheus and how those on the other ship start to react to all the weird things happening. It really looks like it's going to be dipping into multiple genres, as there's plenty of horror, mystery, sci-fi and drama just in the small footage we've already had. Again, I love the use of Hendrix' song and how all the visual cues and smaller details really reflect on the type of work that we're used to seeing from these creators, so hopefully we're in for another mind-boggling experience. The shot of the whirling portal towards the end shows off just how groundbreaking the volume technology they shot this on will be, allowing for some great visual effects in big moments of the series and the potential for twisting environments and perspectives. But most importantly, I think this show looks like it's going to have all the mystery and integral themes that we want and would expect from the creators of Dark. They know how to really build out a show's ideas and make those ideas crucial to everything going on with the more reveals we get. The focus that seems to be placed on a range of international characters and with how they interact is going to really be a big part of that, and I think 1899 can really deliver on how each of the main figures come together, and then the fear of being divided as things get more complex and chaotic. We'll have to see, but overall, this new trailer just really builds my anticipation for what Baran Odar and Jantje Friese will do, and whether they can once again get us all talking about another mind-bending world with extremely fascinating characters. But that was my breakdown and theories for 1899. Overall, the trailer was a great piece of marketing for this upcoming show, and while I'm already super excited to check it out, I find myself anticipating it even more after all of this new footage. I love the mystery involved, the range of characters we're seeing, and the overall potential for a new groundbreaking show, so count me in as being there day one to check out what 1899 brings. But to those who saw the trailer, what are your theories for the new Netflix show, and are you excited for this brand new story from the creators of Dark? Let me know down below in the comment section. For more videos on Netflix's 1899 when it releases next month, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.